Hi friends. So today we are talking about some sexually transmitted organisms and why this is important because in this particular table of Harrison some new names which you are not knowing of that they can be sexually transmitted, they are also there. So our basic purpose is to make you like acquaint up with those particular names and if at all the question can come that are they all sexually transmitted, so you're able to answer up that yes or no for that particular purpose. Okay guys, so let's start up and they have divided properly into the table form, and table form is in bacteria, viruses and others. So firstly we'll talk about the bacteria, and the heading of the first thing in this table is transmitted in adults predominantly by the sexual intercourse. Fine. Now the first name here is what? That is Neisseria gonorrhoeae. You know that particular fellow is a gram negative cocci. Fine. That's a gram negative cocci, and obviously it causes what gonorrhea that everybody knows. And this is one of them which predominantly is transmitted by sexual intercourse in the adults. Okay. The second one is this particular one, that is Chlamydia trachomatis, another important fellow. An important cause of what? You all know, that is NGU, non-gonococcal urethritis. Fine guys. So that is also being transmitted by the sexual intercourse predominantly. Okay. Then the third name you got to see here is Treponema pallidum. And Treponema pallidum, it does what? It does syphilis. Okay. And what is Treponema pallidum? Treponema pallidum is a spirochete because they are spiral in shape. That's why they're termed as what? Spirochete. And this leads to syphilis. Then you have this particular one, that is the Haemophilus ducreyi. And Haemophilus ducreyi, you know, that's a gram negative, somewhat you can say gram negative bacilli, or you can say gram negative coco bacilli also. And Haemophilus ducreyi leads to what? You know that is chancroid. Soft sore or hard? So that is a soft sore. Fine. Then next one is Klebsiella, which is also termed as what? Calamibacter granulomatis. Okay, or Klebsiella granulomatis. And this leads to what, guys? Donovenosis. And that donovenosis is also termed as what? Granuloma inguinale. Okay, and this was asked in the All India this time. Uroplasma erythritecum, it's one of the common agents that cause NGU. Okay, and it can cause number of genital infections also, and this is in this particular list, that is transmitted by the sexual intercourse. Then the Mycoplasma fellow, Mycoplasma genitalium, these are predominantly involving up in the transmission by the sexual intercourse. Okay, so all these names which are there in that, you already know them. Okay, very well you know them, and these are need to be remembered that predominantly by sexual intercourse these all are transmitted. Now, if we talk about the viruses stuff, then obviously everybody knows regarding HIV type 1 and type 2. Then in the human T cell lymphotropic virus type 1, this is you can add up to this list. Herpes simplex type 2, you know na, HSV1, HSV2, HSV1 above the waist and HSV2 below the waist infections. So HSV2 predominantly by sexual intercourse is being transmitted. Okay, then you have your favorite human papilloma virus. Okay, and obviously you know that it have a number of genotypes, 16, 18, 6, 11 and all that stuff. They all are transmitted predominantly by sexual intercourse. Then you have this hepatitis B virus, that one of the common routes by which it can transmit is sexual one. Molluscum contagiosum, that's a pox virus, and this particular one leads to the disease name also, Molluscum contagiosum. And you know that this is a DNA virus. In fact, we are talking about DNA viruses only here. Human papilloma is also a DNA. Hepatitis B is also a DNA virus. Herpes simplex is also a DNA one. But HIV and human T cell, they are not. They are RNA viruses. Okay, so that you already know. So these are the ones which are predominantly transmitted by sexual intercourse. Fine. Then these are the miscellaneous types you can write up: Trichomonas vaginalis and Phytherus pubis. Okay, but remember guys, Trichomonas vaginalis, you know what sort? This particular fellow is a protozoa. Okay, and obviously leads to what? Trichomoniasis. And Phytherus pubis, this particular one is also transmitted by the sexual route. Okay, and that too predominantly. So if at all they want to make a question regarding this, they can give the question like this: that the following are transmitted by predominantly or transmitted by sexual intercourse, except, like that they can make, and this whole list you need to remember. Okay, so basically these are the common ones which does most of the infections, also genital ulcers and all. So you need to remember like in this particular fashion, not all but few of them. And these are RNA viruses too, and rest of all others are DNA viruses. And this is a protozoa, Trichomonas vaginalis and Phytharis pubis. This particular fellows, they predominantly by sexual intercourse, first thing. Now, coming down to this particular table, you will find some other things also, and that particular other thing is what? That is the sexual transmission. Let me remove this first. That is the sexual transmission by the, means in them the sexual transmission is repeatedly described but not well defined. Means you can't say that clearly that they are sexually transmitted and all. Okay, but you can definitely say that yes, sexual transmission is being reported from them. Okay, so they are not in that particular predominant mode. So there is not the predominant mode, but yes, it is there. The sexual transmission happens here. Okay, but it is not well defined. Okay, it is not well defined. Documented evidences are less, but it is there. Okay, guys. So regarding this particular one, that is you remember here the first name, Mycoplasma hominis. Mycoplasma hominis. And where the predominant one which we have studied just now, that is the genitalium, and this one is hominis. First thing. Okay. Then you have this Gardnerella vaginalis. The Gardnerella vaginalis is again a gram-negative fellow, and it causes what, guys? You know that bacterial vaginosis and all. Fine. Then you have this one, that is group B strepto. Group B strepto, that is Streptococcus ecclesia, which also does what? Neonatal meningitis. Okay. And it is one of the common causes of causing up the neonatal meningitis, so that also need to be remembered. Fine. Then you have this Mobiluncus, another fellow which does bacterial vaginosis. Okay. Now you got to remember certain like atypical names of Helicobacter species which are sexually transmitted. Okay, but obviously not well defined. Helicobacter cinnaди and Helicobacter fannelli. These are the ones. We are not talking about pylori and all. We are talking about the other ones which are less famous, like cinnaди and fannelli. Okay, guys. Then you have anaerobes associated with bacterial vaginosis. And anaerobes, you already know that Mobiluncus and all those Prevotella and all that. You know that they all are non-sporing anaerobes. Then you have this particular fellow name, that is the Leptotrichia, which is also again a non-sporing anaerobe. Okay, an interesting thing to know here is group C, Neisseria. Okay, the group C Neisseria, meningitis. Okay, it's meningococci. This also is sexually transmitted. Okay, so if at all the question comes regarding it, so you need to remember all these names. They are sexually transmitted. Okay, but that is not the predominant mode. Okay, that is not the predominant mode. Fine. Then as per the viruses goes, in the virus list you have this name, that is cytomegalovirus. Then you have human T cell lymphotropic virus. Okay, type 2, there was type 1 and CMV. Then you have this hepatitis C. Many fellows are not clear whether it is transmitted or not, but yes, evidence is there. So you can keep up in this, that sexual transmission in them is repeatedly described. But obviously it is not the predominant mode. Fine. Hepatitis C. And as in the Harrison also, the question mark is put up regarding the hepatitis D. So need to remember regarding this also. Then you have this herpes simplex virus type 1. HSV2 was what? Sexually transmitted predominantly, but this is also there. Okay, we can't say that always it causes above the waist infection. It can cause below the waist infections also. Okay, guys. And then you have this Zika virus. Zika, you know that it gets into the semen and all, and it is transmitted sexually. And another way by which it transmits, that is the mosquito. Fine. And regarding the Ebola virus, again, this is also there in the secretions. obviously in the semen and all, and it is transmitted sexually. So, and these are asked also, guys. Remember this. These questions are asked also. The Zika and Ebola, can you transmit like these particular ones by the sexual ones, sexual route? So yes, it is. And regarding the Epstein-Barr, which is the human herpes virus 4, there is a question mark. Okay, and regarding hepatitis D also there is a question mark. So they are like they are confused up whether to say clearly that they transmit or whether to know. And but Zika and Ebola, there was a question that is it sexually transmitted? Yes, guys, it is sexually transmitted. Now regarding the fungus stuff, the fungus stuff is Candida albicans, and another one is this scabies causing agent, that is the Sarcoptes scabi. This one is also sexually transmitted. Now this particular table makes up a whole lot of base for a wonderful question which can come in this way, that all sexual transmission is seen in all except, and that except, for that particular except only you need to remember all these names. Okay, for that particular except only you need to remember these particular names. Fine. Other than this particular thing, guys, you need to remember one more thing here, that there is a transmission by the, in fact you should write like this, transmitted by the sexual contact involving oral fecal exposure. Involving oral fecal exposure. Okay. What do you mean by this particular thing? So at this particular route, when the oral sex is being done and all that stuff, there is a transmission of certain organisms. So this question was there in the PGI. Transmitted by the sexual contact involving the oral fecal exposure. Okay, oral fecal exposure. Obviously nowadays this have become a very rare cause, but yes, it is there, and it is there mostly in the gays. Okay, so men having the sex with men, that particular thing, by that particular one, this particular sexual transmission do happen. You can't ignore that particular fact. So which fellows they come here? The important ones are Shigella. Okay, another one is Campylobacter. So these are the two bacteria which are involved up in this particular one. If they ask regarding the virus and all, this hepatitis A virus is involved up. Regarding the protozoa, you have this name, that is Giardia lamblia and Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, so we all are like sometimes get exclaimed up that how the Giardia lamblia and Entamoeba histolytica will be transmitted by sexual contact. But remember, this is the root. Orofecal exposure happens and this mainly happens in the gays, and because of having the sex men with men, this particular sexual transmission can happen of these organisms like Shigella, Campylobacter, hepatitis A, Giardia lamblia and Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, so today we are doing this only, that which are the various organisms which are transmitted by this particular method and all. So in total, to remember up a few of them in a very quick manner. Okay, so guys, two fellows name which are predominantly sexual transmitted. So first list in there was what, which are predominantly by sexual route. Okay, the second list was, they are not predominantly, they are not predominant by the sexual route. They are not predominant by the sexual route. And the third thing is orofecal exposure. Okay, oral fecal exposure. Okay, and this I already told you just now. The Shigella, Campylobacter, hepatitis A, Giardia lamblia and Entamoeba histolytica, they are the ones in this particular category. And if predominant one, you need to remember in that gono, Gono is there, gonococci, Chlamydia trachomatis, Treponema pallidum. These are the important ones. Then Haemophilus ducreyi, Klebsiella granulomatis, also called as Calamidobacter granulomatis, Uroplasma erythrolyticum, and Mycoplasma genitalium. These are the bacteria. And as far as the virus is concerned, you know that HIV. Okay, HIV is involved up here. And along with that important one, HSV2, okay, hepatitis B, HPV, okay, and molluscum contagiosum. And one thing is for sure, guys, that most of them, from HSV2 to molluscum contagiosum virus, they all are DNA, but HIV is a RNA virus, okay. And regarding the protozoa, that is the Trichomonas vaginalis, predominantly it is a sexual intercourse only by which it is being transmitted. Another very important question, okay. And Phytaris pubis, this particular fellow is also there, which is predominantly by the sexual route. So first thing is this. Then you have not so predominant ones. So in this particular list, as far as the bacteria are concerned, so less known names like Mycoplasma hominis. Okay, and remember Mycoplasma genitalium, as the name comes genitalium, so that comes in which particular list? Predominant one. But hominis is also there, which comes up in this particular, not the predominant mode fellow. Okay, then those bacterial vaginosis bacteria, you need to remember all of them, all these names, because all of them, they are being sexually transmitted, but obviously that is not the predominant mode there. Then you can remember up two particular fellows of Helicobacter. One is Synadi and one is Fanelli. Less known names, obviously. Okay, and the interesting thing to be remembered is that group C, Neisseria meningitidis, this particular meningo, okay, this particular fellow, Neisseria, this particular meningo, this also is transmitted by the sexual one. No, nobody can ever think of that this fellow is being sexually transmitted. But you need to remember this also, that group C, obviously not the predominant mode, but this can be transmitted. Okay, so remember this name also. And as far as viruses are concerned, in the viruses you can remember up those Zika and Ebola names here. Zika and Ebola, this is to be remembered. And the question have already come that are they transmitted sexual route? Yes, they are transmitted sexual route. Obviously not the predominant mode, but yes, they are. Even the Candida albicans can be done, and Sarcoptes cavi, which causes scabies, it can be transmitted by sexual route. Okay, so for today we are doing this much only, and try to remember up all these particular names, because definitely the question can come that which of the following can be transmitted by sexual route except. Thank you.